Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. Did you think we would ever make it? So I'm sitting here reflecting in Studio 1B, which is the office area where I put all these videos together. It's kind of chilly out there, about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm still waiting for Chevelle parts to come so I can work on some motors and whatnot out in the garage. So I thought I'd do a recap of what happened in 2020 from the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club perspective. So starting off in January, we just did a welcome to 2020, never suspecting we would have all the issues. And then in February, we had a full newsletter and showcased bowling, going bowling and working on the brakes on the 66 Chevelle Malibu Aquaman, which was the subject of many videos throughout the year. And then in March, of course, we talked about the Piston Power Show getting canceled, which was kind of the beginning of the end of 2020 from the perspective of everything we had planned for 2020. And I showed you putting together a 1970 Chevelle dash. So we were down in the basement trying to keep warm, putting that dash together. Then in April, that's when it really hit hard, and I was working from home most of the month, and Patty lost her job, and it was just a mess. And one of the funny things I saw was Jeff Thompson riding his horse in the in the April newsletter. That was pretty silly, and I got a kick out of that. In May, we started talking about bringing the 66 body down on the frame, so we were making progress. So we were staying at home, but at least we're starting to make progress on the cars. And we talked about how the membership was starting to feel about our show, whether we should cancel it or not. So, and then one of the highlights of the May newsletter was a very good friend of mine showed us his 68 Chevelle from Italy. And as you guys know, Italy was hit really hard. So those guys were staying at home at that point. And but it was really cool to see his 68 SS Chevelle. And we showed Jerry coming along on his 66 El Camino, putting a new motor in, getting new interior in, and he was coming along nicely. In June, we did make the announcement to cancel our show in August, and also we announced that poor Joe lost his job in June. So it was pretty tough. But the highlights of that month was we did get our new website up and running, and you can visit that now. It's still in its infancy. Mel Bender has been doing a great job of kind of bringing it along very slowly but surely. I mean, we're no website experts. We hired an expert to put it together, the basics. Sean McElroy had been running our web page for a long time, and it just finally got to the point where the software was worn out and it needed an overhaul, and we spent the money and had a professional do our website, and it looks gorgeous. So Mel will bring that along some more. And then we did manage to get out and do an evaluation for a member that lives out of state on a 67 Chevelle. Turned out he didn't buy that, but it was a good thing we went and looked at it for him, because we definitely gave him some highlights on what to look for when you're buying these old cars. And then of course in the end of June, and I talked about this early in July, our grandson Malcolm came along. So that was a lot of fun, and getting Mac and trying to work Mac into my newsletters every once in a while. But I don't want to step on the parents' toes, Josh and Monica. So we won't make him an internet sensation just yet. But At that point in July, we were working on putting the front end of the 66 Chevelle on, so it was really coming along. We had it started, and things were really coming along. And then in August, we did a test drive with the new LS motor, and that was so exciting. And we gave a lot of members thoughts, video of canceling the show, and memories of our previous show that we had since we didn't have our show in August. And then in September, we talked about the 66 El Camino. We did a lot of work for Mike Elion. Oh my gosh, I just went crazy on that car. We did front disc brakes, we did the Holley Sniper fuel injection, new fuel tank, new exhaust, took the engine completely out of the car, repainted it, made sure the transmission, 4-speed transmission, was okay, and ended up taking it. And then in October, we were doing a test drive on the 66 Chevelle that we put the LS motor in, and we were hoping it was okay, but it turned out to be not so good. Wiped out the bearings on the motor because of the oil pump not circulating all the way around the engine. So that was a big disappointment, and the start of taking that motor out. But in the meantime, we had started on a 67 Chevelle race car that Mike had that needed a motor and a transmission, and I happened to have a big block and a Power Glide sitting in the garage, and we decided to put those things together, and we got that car up and running. So that was a lot of fun. We kind of tabled that car through the winter. Maybe we'll bring you bits and pieces of that car through the winter, but it is running, driving pretty good. Still a lot of bugs to work out of it, and we're working on the interior of that, doing the headliner and the seats, and not sure how far we're going to go with that, but yeah, that's where we're at on that. And hopefully Joe will get back with me, and we'll have some viewpoints from him, and I'll try to put the rest of this together.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody, from Joe Desmont and Colleen, the President and the First Lady. Hey, Happy New Year to 2021. Just like the shirt says, 2020 shit show, gone. 2021 should be, better be, a much better year for everybody. Just wishing everybody a blessed, safe, and happy New Year. And I hope everybody's doing fine. And thanks for all your support through this rough year. And don't forget, we're going to be back stronger than ever next year. Next year? That's like in a couple hours, next year. So happy New Year, everybody. Love you. Thank you for your support. Cheers.
In May, we did our cruise for Courtney. And of course, Courtney is Dan Hale's daughter, was going through some treatments for some issues, and they were doing a cruise in their hometown in PA, so we did our own version of the cruise here in Ohio, and we got a great turnout for that. Very proud of the membership for coming out and staying socially distant and doing a cruise around the church, how appropriate, so we could say some prayers and well wishes to Courtney on her road to recovery. So that's great. The other thing I'm very proud of that this club accomplished this year was being able to make a donation to Toys for Tots and keep the Marines in business, handing out their toys. Of course, usually we can haul a lot of toys in for Toys for Tots with our show, and we haul a lot of money in for them too, but at least this year we made a financial distribution to them, and that was a good thing too. So yeah, some things to be proud of still as far as being a service to our community. And so another thing I'm kind of proud of this year is the analytics of our Facebook page and our YouTube page, and I know you guys probably don't think about this much, but when you're trying to promote a club and you're trying to promote a brand, you want to get as many impressions out there as you can. I have very limited marketing skills. You know, I come from an engineering background, but it's fun to, as an engineer, to track all the analytics that are available to you on YouTube. And I'll just give you some numbers. You know, I have two YouTube pages. One is exclusively for the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and that's where we post our video newsletter. And then the other one is my personal page, which I call Chevelle Hunters. And so, you know, I encourage you both to subscribe to both of them. I get a kick out of some of the views here. I mean, as far as views go for the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club page, we had 10,300 views, over 964 hours of viewing, and over 99,000 impressions made. So awesome for the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club page, because really we only have about 130 or so subscribers to that page, and it's kind of exclusively set up for the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club members. Now, as far as my own page goes, man, I'm really proud of that too. We had over 21,700 views, over 1,000 hours of viewing, and 196,000 impressions. So hey, I appreciate all you guys watching my videos and the craziness that I bring to YouTube. It's not always about cars. Sometimes it's about the family. Sometimes it's about different things that we're working on. But the Chevelle Hunters page does well too. And so once again, thank you. Our Facebook page, it's a little harder to get analytics. But when I come up with a video that I think is worth sharing beyond our Northern Ohio Chevelle Club page, and I share on the other Chevelle Club pages, I mean, I'm just, my mind is blown by how many people look at these. Typically, we get over 5,000 views to some of these 3 to 5 minute videos that we post working out in the garage and doing things. And I've been experimenting with TikTok too. I'm not so great at that. And then also we have Instagram. I haven't looked at the Instagram page lately, but I'll go out there and see how that's doing. So as far as social media goes, we're out there, we're doing well. And once again, thank you for all your views.